Ready?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Okay, now I'm ready. Woo! Hello, everyone, and welcome to JerkFest Toronto 2023. We're about to start this day off right by giving you a wicked curry chana. Yo, let's go.
Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing from a different angle for your second one.
Yes.
And then the same thing for the third one.
Yes.
She's going to get some of it, and then we're still going to make something out
Okay,
of the whole thing.
so I'll put on the chef jacket for the ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the goodbye after.
So do the goodbye in the chef jacket, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Because wear the chef jacket last.
Yes, for the last one. I do want to wear it for the last one. I'm hoping I can, because it's the jerk chicken one. So
Yeah.
the sun should be down.
Or it would be a little bit lower. Is the sun falling?
It was, but my man came and did some taping.
Yeah, he fixed it.
Huh?
Yeah, I was like...
Oh, somebody, my man, someone came. Is that my picture?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so cute.
Yeah, I got that already for you.
All right, well, it's 1 o'clock, so... It's 1 o'clock, so I'm going to start a show. Can I, like, where's my girl, though? She's supposed to be, like, introducing me or something?
You asked me?
Staff?
Yeah. She's supposed to be my banter.
How long is this here for today? What's the plan?
Yeah.
We're here all day.
Yeah, because Destra's here, Luciano's here, Baby Sham is here. Yeah. Just get started? All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, everyone who's joining us today, joining us here in person and online. All right, you guys, this is JerkFest, TD JerkFest 2023. I'm super excited to be here, so thank you guys. So today, for the first dish, we're going to be cooking a curry chana. So curry chana is basically curry chickpeas and potatoes. It's definitely a Trini dish, but the flavors in it are absolutely amazing. It's probably one of my favorite vegan dishes to make, so that's why I decided to make it today. So first things first, I'm gonna get this stove ready, right? Let's make sure, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let's start off with a big storm, right? Okay, so I like to cook mine in a Dutchie. You're gonna start off with a few tablespoons of your choice of oil. Me personally, I'm an olive oil type of fan, so you gotta put your olive oil in there. Let it get nice and hot. So as it's working, we're gonna put some seasonings in it to start to build off of our curry flavor. We're gonna build a curry paste. So we're gonna start off with some cumin, right? And we're going to start off also with some turmeric as well. Okay, you're going to let that go in the oil, let it cook off for a little bit. As it's doing that, I'm going to start chopping up 1 onion. So I actually only need a half an onion for this dish. And this, so I'm going to be using 1 can of chickpeas for this. 1 can of chickpeas and about 3 potatoes. So with that ratio, all you really need is a half an onion. Okay, make sure you're giving this a stir. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Okay. So as that's working, I'm going to start cutting up the onion. So I'm going to cut my onion up long. This way it won't get mushy throughout the cook. If you do it diced, you won't even be able to find it. But I like to have a little bit of texture to my onion when I'm cooking my curries. Okay. And if you're in Toronto today, you know today is hot. Okay? So don't mind me because the stove is hot and the heat is wicked today, but I'm not complaining because you can't be complaining about any sort of heat when you are in Canada. If you're complaining about heat in Canada, You need to come out because it doesn't make any sense, right? So as my onion is going, you want your onion to cook for about, make sure it's back on, there we go. Your onion to cook for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. So as it's going, I'm gonna get my garlic going as well. So for this dish, I'm gonna use about, I'll say 5 pieces of garlic. Now, if you have a garlic crusher, which I believe I have one today, you can use that as well. I feel like it saves time and it also gives you a more consistent cut when it comes to your garlic, right? You try cutting up garlic super small. After a while, your hand is gonna get you're gonna get carpal tunnel. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna start feeling a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you're doing for a lot of people. So garlic crusher is the way to go. Let me get that going. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. All right. So we're going to get that going. Now, one thing about Trini's, I honestly feel one of their favorite ingredients to add in to give us a real good punch, a real good flavor, a lot of aromatics and everything is cilantro. Okay? So we're going to do a handful of cilantro in here as well. I like to squish it up in a ball nice and tight. And just using my knife to glide right across. Make sure you're tucking your fingers in while you're going across. No one needs any fingers to be chopped off or anything like that. Nice good curve on your fingers, you know what I mean? So at least then if the blade gets close to you, it's actually hitting your knuckles. It's not actually hitting your fingers. Okay? Drop that in. Okay, so give that a mix. Now, this is cooking down very nicely so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap in a little bit of curry. So curry is a mixture of some of the flavors I've already added in, right? It's a mixture of some cumin. It's a mixture of some jeera. It's a mixture of some paprika. It's a good deep flavor. So I'm going to add in some curry now and let it burn off for a little bit too. Okay. And you want to make sure you're consistently moving around the pot. You want to be scraping off anything that's on the bottom. You want all of those seasonings to burn off. You don't want to have any clumps of seasoning. So make sure you keep on moving around the pot. Moving around the pot is super important. So as it's burning off, this is the time we're going to be adding in some water. This is what we're going to start building our paste. So about just under a cup of water. And that is the sound I want to hear. There we go. So we're going to just let that cook down for a little bit. I want it to get thick. Once it gets a little bit thicker, it reduces down. That's when we're going to be adding in our chickpeas. We're going to be adding in our potatoes as well. The heat is real. Okay. Now, some of the favorite things to eat curry chana with is definitely roti, some bush-up shot, right? Some dal puri, you know, some paratha, some white rice, okay? I find Trini's use the curry chickpeas more so as a side curry dish. So they're still gonna have the curry chana, but they're also gonna have curry chicken at the same time. It's just a side. It's another type of curry that they're gonna have. It's not normally a main. So, but I personally love it as either or. But we're gonna let this reduce down a little bit. So you guys tell me, what's your favorite thing with curry? Doubles. Hey, doubles is great. What about you? Roti. Paratha. You like the filling, the chickpea filling inside, or you just like it the plain one? I feel you. Dal puri. Something about the peas. Okay. Okay, so now this is beginning to reduce down. I'm going to let it go a little bit further. And I'm going to get my chickpeas up. Chickpeas are already here. And then we also got the potatoes. Now, I don't know. I'm so sorry for everyone who's home who's can't smell these aromas right now. Because these aromas are kicking. The flavor is working. We're smelling everything. I love it so far. Okay, in the pot, you got this beautiful yellow green vibe going on. Beautiful. So this time I'm going to add in our chickpeas, okay? Add in the chickpeas. Get my cloth. I don't want my pot to run away. Give it a mix. Okay, good. Then we're going to be adding in potatoes. So I'm actually going to cut up these potatoes a little bit more as my chickpeas start to dry out. Because there's two different kinds of chickpeas we can get, right? You can get your dried chickpeas that you overnight, you soak them, you revive them, right? Or you can get the chickpeas that are already in the can. You strain them off. But because they're already in the can, and even when you soak them to revive them, when you put them now in the curry sauce, you want to almost let it drain out all that excess water. Because you want the flavor to get in there, so you want to drain off the water out of it. So I'm going to kind of let it go until almost when the chickpeas are just slowly beginning to stick. Once they're slowly beginning to stick, that's when I'm going to add in my potatoes. That's when you know that that curry sauce is now getting nice and thick, right? So in the meantime, I'm going to cut up some of these potatoes, make them a little bit smaller. You don't want your potatoes to be too small though, because you want your potatoes to be cooking at the same consistency that your chickpeas are cooking at. Right? So if you have them too small, they're going to mush out and you won't even be able to find any potatoes at the end of it, right? So this is a good little decent size, say 1 inch by 1 inch, and it will allow a nice even cook. Now you also got to make sure you're not putting too much potatoes. You want to have a nice even amount of potatoes versus chickpeas. Well, thank you, sir, for just walking straight across. All right, everyone. So it's beginning to stick. I should probably move it around. Big thing, when you're cooking, making sure you stay by your stove. There's some food that you can kind of like leave in the oven. You can walk away. You can put on the stove. This is not one of those foods. Do not walk away from the stove, people, okay? You walk away from the stove, you're going to burn your curry. Don't walk away from your stove until everything is set, it's steady, and it's now beginning to settle. That is when you can maybe take a break. You're not walking away. You're taking a break. Maybe go get a drink, have a glass of wine, a half a glass, and come back, okay? All right, good. So now this is working. I'm going to cut up a few more potatoes and drop them in now. And now I like potatoes. I love my curry chana with more potatoes than chickpeas, really. So I think that's a good amount, though. Oh man, heat is real. Okay. Give everything a mix. Now you may be wondering, like, hey, but where's the sauce going to be coming from? We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Give everything a good mix. You want to coat everything. Let me see if I can give you guys a view of this. Is it just West Indian people that just do this? Because it's just West Indian people. Like, is there any reason why we're all always feel the need to not, hey, listen, I saw my grandmother do it, so I'm going to do it. Like, that's all there is to be said, okay? If grandma does it, I'm supposed to be doing it too. Okay, so let me give you guys a quick look. All right, so there we go. That's the color we're working with. As you can see, there's not that much sauce right now in the pot, right? You're really just creating a paste. I'm smelling it. Again, you want it to start sticking a little bit to the bottom before you add in your water. And the Jamaican in me, the West Indian in me, feels like we need to continue seasoning. That is why our food tastes so good, because we are consistently seasoning our food, right? So this time I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper. Right? A little bit of salt. Is it a left shoulder or right shoulder you're supposed to throw over? Who knows? Okay. I'll do both for good luck. I don't know. You know what I mean? Okay. Give this a mix. And now we are going to add in our water. Now you're looking to add in about 2 cups of water. And it really depends on how big your pot is as well, right? Because you really want to make sure everything is covered. Nothing is left uncovered. Everything needs to be covered up for you to be able to get that beautiful, even cook. Now, here's the trick with this. You want to bring this up to a boil. I'm going to close it back, put up on high, bring it up to a boil. Once it's at its boil, you're going to take the cover back off and let it just chill out and still be bubbling. You don't want to cook it with the cover on. I'm telling you, I didn't believe it at first. It makes a difference. It really brings that gravy a different type of flavor, a different vibe. It actually almost brings out all the aromas of everything that we put in there, from the cumin, from the curry. It brings everything forward, okay? But watch me. I almost forgot a few things. And I can't believe I almost forgot these things. My Scotch bonnet pepper. We need, right? I know. Silly me. So I'm gonna add in, it's a small pot. So I love my pepper. Who likes pepper here? We peppers? We like pepper? Okay. I'm gonna add in 1 pepper then. And I forgot to add in another key ingredient. So let's add in this pepper. Ideally, I would have preferred to add in this pepper when I was burning off my onions, right? That's ideally when I should have added it in. It would actually reduce some of that heat and give you more of the flavor of the pepper, right? I also forgot my thyme. I always say if you have the time, give it its time. Doesn't matter what situation. If you have time, just give it time. Doesn't matter what you're going through. It normally works, okay? And I'm gonna put it in with the stems and everything on. Because at the end of the cook, all the leaves are gonna fall off and you'll be left just with the stem alone. So you don't have to even worry about trying to strip it or anything like that. It's unnecessary, takes up extra time. You know, we're all cut for time in this life, aren't we? So let's make the best of it. So now we are on a nice good boil. I want a nice boil. There we go. So we're gonna let this continue to boil off. Now, I'm very excited this is the first show of JerkFest, right? I want to know so I'm also cooking a few other dishes throughout today, but I want to hear from the audience, what is your favorite West Indian dish? Okay, fair enough. Vegetarian, no fish, okay, I got you. You're here for a reason today. Okay, what's your favorite dish to eat? Oxtail? Now that's a Jamaican favorite. That is a Jamaican favorite. I gotta hear from you, sir. Hey, the gravy, if you get a good oxtail, the gravy alone, you don't even need the oxtail. You just need the gravy with some rice and you're good. All right, everyone, we're gonna let this cook down. You need at least 10 to 15 minutes for this to cook down. So I'm gonna let it just do its thing for right now. But, this is kind of like showbiz. I already have this done for you. I have it done. I have it ready. I have the roti. So if you guys are ready to eat, I feel like I should give you guys some food, right? So we're gonna let this cook down. Let me just holler back for a second. I think we can start sharing out some food. We're gonna start sharing out some food, give you guys some good loving food. And now, again, at the end, it would have been nice to be able to add in some jeera towards the end of this, right? The jeera tops it to a different level at the end of this. But as it's cooking down, like I already said before, you want to continue seasoning your pot. Adding some more curry in there, giving that vibrant color, adding a little bit more black pepper, right? Adding a little bit more cumin, right? And a little bit more turmeric. There we go. And you'll know it's done when your potatoes start to mush out, okay? So as you're working around, you'll be going around, you'll be feeling your potatoes are getting soft. And as they're getting softer, you know it's working together, okay? So we're gonna let that just do its thing as we get some food shared out for you guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're actually towards the end, but you guys came perfect timing. You want to know why you came perfect timing? The food is ready. Hey, you already know it's perfect timing. When you come home and the food is ready, you're good. So if you guys, I'll run you guys through it real quickly. We're making a curry chana, which is basically curry chickpeas and potatoes. Now, I won't lie to you guys. I'll tell you guys a quick story about me and curry chickpeas and potatoes. One of my best friends was Trini. So I grew up eating doubles all the time. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make doubles one day. I didn't ask anyone for any help. I was like, I'm going to do it. It's curry and it's potatoes. Like, Nicole, this is easy. This is a Jamaican person talking, and if you know Jamaicans, everything's easy to us. You know what I mean? Like, we don't stress about too much. So I just started throwing everything into the pot. I was like, yeah, I'm going to build it like how I build my chicken. It's not the same. Not the same. They use different flavors. Jura is different. The cumin is different. The turmeric is different. And the way that you toast it at the very beginning in the oil, that's not something that Jamaicans do. We don't normally toast off our curry beforehand. So learning these new techniques and like realizing to build the curry paste, then adding the water and kind of building your own, it makes a complete difference with your curry chana. I have a whole newfound respect for curry chana. It's not just a vegan dish, it's so wholesome. The flavors are in there, the aromas are there. Honestly, one of my all-time favorite dishes. Now, as it's getting towards the end, like I was saying before, this is the time you would want to add in your jira, right? Unfortunately, I don't have any today, but that's okay. It's still gonna taste great. You would also want to be adding in, if you had some celery, you could add in some celery right now, chop it up real fine. I just like, what do they call this again? The Trinities call it something else, cilantro. Who knows what Trinities call cilantro? It's something, something bang, or, oh my God. Huh? No. Oh my mirth. It's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me. But they call it something else. It's such a, and I remember the chatabangi. There we go. And I was there like, what is this thing? I thought it was like something like completely out of this world. And then I realized it's cilantro. It's fine. I'm like, I got that in my fridge. I think we can work with it. Okay, so give this another mix. I'm gonna go, let's see where this food is. And then after you have a look at the pot and see if you need to add a little bit more water or not. Let me see if I can give you guys a quick view of this pot, of where we are currently. Can you guys smell it? Okay. Look at those colors. Look at those colors. I'm not lying, I'm not lying. I can cook. I can do something here, you guys. All right? And I'm telling you, these are easy instructions. Like, if you follow these instructions, I'm telling you, you will make you'll be doubles at home. You're like, forget this. I don't make myself my own doubles. You're making your own bakes and everything, okay? But what I'm going to do, because I'm realizing right now as I'm touching my potatoes, they're not getting fully cooked yet, and I don't want it to start drying out. So I'm going to tap a little bit more water in there. And as I'm doing this, one of my close friends, Jackie over here, everyone give a round of applause for Jackie. Hey, Jackie! Jackie is handing you guys out samples. So there's a little bit of curry chana with some roti and some bush-up shot. So bush-up shot is basically your roti that doesn't have the chickpeas in it, just broken up. That's all bush-up shot really is. But I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know you guys feel those aromas coming out, those flavors coming out. I'm excited. But again, this recipe and more recipes, I'm telling you guys, follow me, hit me up. You guys, this recipe is going to go down. Like, this recipe is going to be it's going to be on your Thanksgiving table. I feel it already, okay? It's going to be on your Thanksgiving table right beside the curry chicken because, again, you could have both. You don't need to choose. But it's so yummy. It's so vibrant. The color is amazing. And I really do hope you guys enjoy. Again, this is the first show that we're having today with TD JerkFest. The show is going to be 3 p.m. where I'm going to be cooking fried fish Jamaican way. All right? We're doing the Jamaican way, all right? It is a escabeche. All right? Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much. Or you could also scan the QR code as well. And site. Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh, okay. Wow.
That was fast. What size are you? Medium? Large? You whisper in the light.